President Joe Biden tested positive for COVID-19 on Wednesday, disrupting a key campaign event meant to shore up support with Latino voters at a critical juncture in the election. Biden, 81, was experiencing mild symptoms and has received his first dose of the antiviral drug Paxlovid, according to his doctor. "I feel good," Biden, who is fully vaccinated and boosted, told reporters Wednesday in Las Vegas, flashing a thumbs up before boarding Air Force One to head to his Delaware residence. The president will self-isolate there in line with U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention guidance. Biden and his aides have repeatedly cited recent stops on the campaign trail as a demonstration of his vigor as the presumptive Democratic nominee and attempt to tamp down growing anxieties within the party. Wednesday's event in Las Vegas, where he was expected to speak at the UNIDO's U.S. annual conference, was billed as an example of that direct engagement, in this case with a diverse coalition. The UNIDO's U.S. event, however, came to a screeching halt with the news that the president had tested positive for COVID-19 following an active day participating in an interview and meeting voters at a local supermarket. "I was just on the phone with President Biden, and he shared his deep disappointment at not being able to join us this afternoon. The president has been at many events, as we all know, and he just tested positive for COVID," UNIDO's U.S. President and CEO Janet Murguia told attendees to audible gasps after Biden was an hour and a half late to his scheduled appearance on stage. It's unclear where and when the president contracted COVID-19. But the sudden diagnosis will place him behind closed doors at a time when Democratic lawmakers have been clamoring to see him out front. The CDC recommends staying home until the infected person has been without a fever, with no fever-reducing medicine, for at least 24 hours and symptoms have been improving for 24 hours. It then recommends wearing a mask for 5 days after. As for Biden's schedule in the coming days and his ability to stay engaged, a White House official told CNN that the president has had COVID-19 before and gotten through those periods by doing a lot of video calls. "Something similar should be expected in the days ahead," the official said. A campaign source separately told CNN that the Biden campaign will readjust and do as much as possible remotely. Biden was at his Rehoboth Beach, Delaware residence last weekend as well, making calls to key groups of lawmakers, some of whom continue to harbor deep concerns about his viability as a candidate. The attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump appeared to put public calls for Biden to step aside as the party's presumptive nominee on pause. But they returned as Biden hit the campaign trail again this week. Just hours before the White House announced Biden's COVID-19 diagnosis, California Rep. Adam Schiff, a Senate candidate and former House intelligence